Good morning, everyone. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
James.
Awesome. Yeah.
Fantastic. You passed your driving test.
Yes.
Here we go.
Yeah.
The most important thing why I'm very proud of you because you had many difficulties. If you don't mind to explain the great British public, how was the journey from the very beginning, because it started quite long back.
Yeah. So, what did we start in late 2018 or 2019? Yeah. So, we started around then, obviously just in the car park. I have a whole thing of learning difficulties that we can't even get into. So it's always been very hard for me to get on with any sort of teacher. Just they often get annoyed at me or angry at me. I'm a difficult person to teach, essentially. But Zsolt here, first lesson, I kind of knew instantly we were going to get on really well. So, yeah. So it was.
I remember
great.
when we met first time.
Yes.
Even your mom came to see me.
Yes.
And she explained your conditions because she said, "Look, this is how it is. So try to approach James in a different way because he needs a different approach."
Yeah, I'd learn differently to other people. Yeah.
Absolutely. And it's not just with the driving, it is from your childhood, basically.
Yes. Yeah. My whole life, jumping from schools that just couldn't handle me, sort of thing. So it was great to meet Zsolt and meet someone who can teach me. Yeah.
Yes. And do you mind to explain what those conditions
Well,
are?
yeah. So I've got dyslexia, dyscalculia, and dyspraxia. So dyslexia is probably the one you've heard about. That's sort of reading and writing and just having issues with that. Dyscalculia is essentially the same thing with maths, and dyspraxia is the same, but it's with the sort of hand-eye coordination. So, yeah. So I just had a lot of difficulties growing up as a child, going to various schools. There were specialists for dyslexia and all those things, but who were still having issues teaching me. So it was very hard. Yeah.
And autism, any sign of autism?
So maybe, but I haven't got that clinically proven yet. So I can't say yes or no.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Fantastic. So how was it from the very first time? Yes, we clicked.
Yeah.
And then we started to learn to drive.
Yes.
And how was the whole journey?
Well, yeah, so it was a long journey. Obviously, we're in July 2022 now. Started in 2018, so it's been a long time. I'm a very slow learner anyway. So it's it's been arduous. It's been hard, but we both put in the work.
Yes, you did very hard work, and then I'm extremely proud of you.
Thank
because
you.
look, I know a lot of people will be put off with these conditions, and then you had the courage, you had the belief in yourself, and I would say to everybody, you are a role model. Whatever conditions we have, we can pass the driving test. It might take a little bit longer.
Yes,
But it is possible. And I just texted to your mom yesterday and I said to her, look, James is absolutely ready. He's a very good, very safe driver. So I'm sure he is going to pass today.
Yeah. And you're right. Yeah.
Did you have any key moment during this journey when you thought, okay, that changed my driving style?
Yes. Honestly, it was probably my first test when I failed. I flopped pretty hard.
Yes.
Obviously that, I realized it really wasn't my driving ability that was the issue back then. It was all sort of in here with my sort of anxiety issues and things like that, which I didn't mention before. Anxiety issues. So yeah, I kind of realized these last 6 months or whatever between tests.
Long waiting list.
Yeah. It's not so much been improving my driving skills. It's been improving my mental health and improving my ability to deal with anxiety and all those issues. So
and we done a lot of mock tests.
Yes,
okay?
yeah.
That
we did
was
a lot
very
of mock
important because when we started to do the mock test, you were always nervous.
Yeah, I was too nervous.
Yes.
So we found a sort of good middle ground in doing the sort of half and half tests.
Yes, absolutely.
Well,
and then you started to
lessons.
get used to the pressure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it was great. You were able to adapt your teaching to me. and that's what's so
Have
great
to
about
be,
you.
yes.
You know?
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. That's very kind. But sometimes you want me to drive a little bit because you wanted to get used to the atmosphere in the car, especially at the beginning.
Sure,
and
yeah.
then sometimes you wanted to just chat about the highway it caused.
Yes.
And sometimes
yeah.
you wanted to go to the countryside. You wanted to stay inside in the quiet road to do the basics
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
So absolutely, you knew exactly what you needed.
Yes.
And I
yeah.
think that's why we were a good team, because I didn't push you to do whatever the plan was. I rather helped you
Yeah.
to achieve your own goals, for instance, for that day.
Yeah.
And how was the test today?
Test was good, obviously. So it,
Here it is. I give it to you because before I hold it to myself.
So I was very concerned that I had failed essentially in the first 5 minutes. But so there's straight out of the gate there was someone halfway in a pedestrian crossing. Luckily I did stop.
Difficult
But
driving
I was sort of
center.
in both. I was in both lanes. I was like, oh, I've already failed. So,
But you didn't,
but
you didn't
I was
stop anywhere else.
Yeah, I was just telling myself I'm gonna ace this. That's the whole way through. I was trying to remain confident. I was remembering sort of positive songs to sort of keep myself upbeat or whatever because I can get down. So yeah, it was good. It was great. The examiner Aaron, he was great. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Very nice person as well.
Yeah.
Lovely. What would you say to your friends or whoever is looking for driving instructor? What criterias they need to tick?
I think if you're like me and you have issues, learning difficulties, definitely go to this guy. But
if somebody is not around Birmingham,
I think it's
what would you say to them? Okay, check this one, and if that guy ticks all of the boxes, of course, first of all, you need to have a test lesson to see how you feel the person, because he's sitting shoulder to shoulder in our aura.
So hundreds of hours,
Yes, and then you need to feel relaxed with the person.
Yeah. So, I guess first, most importantly, I think you have to make sure the teaching style fits you, and then obviously it's the personality. You have to make sure you two sort of meld, that you can work together as a team, as sort of, especially in this one-to-one thing, it's all about teamwork. He's trying to teach you, and you have to try and help him teach you.
Yes,
in a way.
It's a teamwork. Definitely,
teamwork.
It's very
that's
important.
It, yeah.
Okay then. So what is the next step now? So with the driving license in your hand, what are you going to do?
Well, obviously celebrate. First things first. So I've been wanting to sort of. So I've had difficulties finding a job for a while. So I've always sort of said, when I get my driving license,
it makes it much easier.
I'm just gonna do my own thing. I'm just gonna start window cleaning or doing.
But at the same time, you're writing your own book, so
Yeah.
it could be published soon.
Yes.
So that's a very big moment as well.
Yeah. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be
James, congratulations
Thank you
one
very
more
much.
time. You very well deserved it today.
you.
I'm going to miss you because look, we built up a very strong relationship, friendship here. So I hope keep in touch, and we wish you the best of luck to the next candidate.
Good luck.
Thank you very much. Good luck.
Somebody said they saw you, the person you were kissing.